Look, all you can say is that we're proud of the effort all year. Look, as I said to them as well, anything you say it after losing a Munster final can come across a bit condescending or whatever, but the effort and commitment that these lads put in, and I think I mentioned it to yourself, Tomas, last week, is phenomenal. And look, things just didn't go our way at times in that match tonight. We had opportunities to get scores, didn't come our way, and then they seemed to tap them on when they needed to and pulled away from us. But the future is in that dressing room. There's hurlers there that are going to be household names of Waterford in the next 10-15 years, and that's what we reassured them there tonight, that they keep working at the levels they are, they'll get their just reward.
Yeah, there's many future stars in there, Gary. One of those is Jack Toomey. That goal that he got was one of probably the goals of the year, would that be fair to say?
Without a doubt. I'm looking forward to seeing it back actually, but look, Jack is, I think I mentioned it before as well, Jack is a phenomenal player. His work rate is top notch. Look, a lot of forwards think all they have to do is score and that's the end of their game. I don't know, we get our stats man later on and he'll tell us how many turnovers he was involved in. On another day those things turn into scores. He's a very bright prospect for Waterford.
What did you feel the difference was between the two teams on the night, Gary?
Look, I think at times in the game tonight Cork just got the breaks. They seemed to stick to their hand a bit better than ourselves. A lot of the time when it hit the deck we were fumbling it a little bit, maybe didn't get it to hand as fast as we could. And look, again, as I said to the lads inside, the game plans are there in every team and it seemed to work. Their game plan seemed to work for them tonight and ours just didn't. We just couldn't get the ball fast enough into our forwards, and like, all credit to Cork for not allowing us to do that. They harried and harassed us and hooked and blocked us at critical times all over the field, and unfortunately that's the way game plans work.
And I suppose, Gary, you must have been delighted with the second half. I think it was actually level pegging in terms of the second 30 minutes with your guys. You kept on running at the Cork defence and drew a couple of fouls, a couple of them yellow carded in the second half. So, you kept on running at the Cork defence.
We definitely did, and it had an effect. And, if I'm going to say anything controversial, I think sometimes teams can be very strategic about their frees, and I definitely think Cork were very good at that tonight. We ran at them and unfortunately couldn't get it close enough to goal to make it pay. Look, that might sound controversial and I'm not taking away from Cork's victory at all, but that's another part of the game plans that seemed to go their way and didn't go ours.
Yeah, and in terms of, you alluded to what the guys have put in behind the scenes when they came back into E, and I suppose they'll go back to their clubs now, and a good few of them underage again next year, but there's a good platform there, Gary, for these guys for the future.
Yeah, without a doubt, and next year, if you look at Jack and Peter Cummins, and look, I have to say Peter Cummins was phenomenal tonight. The work rate, we're not using GPSs and stuff, but if we were, he'd be off the charts. I think we finished with possibly 6 of next year's squad on the field. I might be wrong in that, but there's 1 or 2 that were outside the 24 tonight that on any given night could be in it as well. So, there's a massive future for Waterford hurling with the underage setup that's coming through.
Will you be back involved with the next year, Gary?
I'm not too sure. That's always the controversial one for the manager when you lose, isn't it? But from my point of view, yes, if it's there, I will, because there's a lot of work to go into these lads. But there's a lot of talking to do with development squads and the whole lot there as well. We stepped into the breach at under 16 and we tried to do our best with it, and we will do the best for Waterford hurling, whatever that brings us. I have to say the backroom team that we got together have been phenomenal, and the amount of time and effort they've put into it is just crazy. I know for a fact they're all willing to do it for Waterford hurling, but whether that's the Waterford Miners next year or some other setup within Waterford, we don't know. Time will tell. Whatever's best for Waterford, we'll do.